From inside Tropicana Field here in Tampa Bay, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway. Our starting pitcher in this one, Zach Littell. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. That clips the zone, and this one is off and running. Fouled off. He was late. The 0-2. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. That was the sweeper, but it missed.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That misses, and the count's full. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. And that misses. 1-0.
Albies is playing on the road, so you know that means he's been FaceTiming with his pet fish. This guy owns a few home aquariums, and it's no secret he likes talking to his fish when he's away. In fact, Albies had cameras installed so he can check on the fish anytime he wants.
Oh, he gloves it. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Matt Olson.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Marcell Ozuna in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
That's a ball.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
2 outs. Breaking ball inside. 3-0. And that's ball 4. Tried another slider, but it missed the plate.
I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Here's Matt Olson down. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's Austin Riley. That's in there. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Ozuna at second. Olsen at first. 2 out of the inning. Up the middle. And that'll do it. 2 left for Atlanta. And now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. Today's starting pitcher, Grant Holmes. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he's not a rookie, but still very young in this game, learning his craft. I think the key is getting consistent reps and the opportunity to develop his stuff. Looking forward to watching him pitch in this one.
And now here's the veteran DH, Yandy Diaz. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
That's to third. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw comes in too late, and they don't get an out on the play. Lau at the plate. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Fouled off left side. Lau measures 5 feet 10 inches, 30 years old now, and he was a third-round pick back in 2015. Gets him to chase after that one.
That looked like a case of deciding to swing no matter what. That pitch was way off. Nice job of the pitcher knowing that this hitter's looking for something up that he can drive, but he just expanded the zone to his advantage.
The 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Runner at first with no outs here. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And it is gone. And this place is rocking. And just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Junior Caminero next to hit for the Rays. That one catches the corner for a strike.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Popped up right side, Albies. And out number 1 on the grab. All right, let's take a look at the Rays lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Jonathan Aranda, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting fifth, the left fielder,
Christopher Morel, the next to hit. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. And there's a foul ball. Aranda stands at first with one out. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Next
One
offering
ball,
is
2
outside.
strikes.
And a pitch. Outside low. The count now 2-2.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And it remains 2-2. Still only one out here in the inning. And a good eye there.
2 strikes.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Three-two now. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
First base.
batting sixth, the center fielder, Cameron.
First and second, one out. Stepping in, Cameron Meisner. That one outside. Ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Next pitch is outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
To first, might be 2. Off balance speed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
So up next, Jose Caballero.
That's a ball.
Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. First inning and already up to 23 pitches. Clips the outside corner, and it's a ball and a strike. Right through there for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Two on, 2 outs. The other way, he's got it, and that'll end the inning. The Rays with a 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. So here's Murphy now.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And a foul ball. Comes up empty. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boog, he's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
Right side, and that's just foul. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Aranda takes it to the bag, 1 up, 1 down. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Brian De La Cruz in the box now. No balls and a strike. Yo, 1. And downstairs. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Aranda puts it away, 2 down.
Batting it, the right fielder, Jared Kelly.
Here's Jared Kelnick. Swing and a ground ball. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Braves go down quickly here. They trail things here 2-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Jake Mangum. Holmes back to work. Just missed. And another ball. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first. Got hit around a little bit. Just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location. Sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
And that is out of play. Flying drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And a good start to the inning. And now Ben Wortvik trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Late swing, foul to the left. Line drive, fair ball. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. I'm amazed at his ability to pull his hands inside and actually square that baseball up. That pitch was off the plate. So tough to get the barrel to anything in there.
Back to the top of the lineup, Yandy Diaz now. Runner takes off.
0-1.
Throw, and they got him.
Clearly right there trying to set themselves up for a big inning, try to get 2 runners in the scoring position with nobody out. I mean, that could explode right here, but just didn't work right there. Thrown out at second base. They still got a chance, though, with this runner at third. Got to execute. Don't waste this opportunity.
And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter.
0-2.
1 away with a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. On the ground. On the run, throw to first. And very nicely done for the out. And now it's Brandon Lau. He's already homered here in this one.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And that one fouled off. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
0-2 is the count.
Pitch in the dirt, and that is ball one. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's even up. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. That's inside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
That one ripped. Drops in for a hit, couldn't run it down. And that's a 2-out double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Now the third baseman, Junior Caminero. Flied out his first time. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Two outs and one in scoring position. That's down and in. A slider missed. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Whips it to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 2 full, Rays 3, and the Braves nothing. New inning getting started, and here is Orlando Arcia. Just missed. And that one is lifted in the air, and that drops foul. And now 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed. He swings and fouls one off. Got it. And 1 out now.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. That's in there. That's strike 1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
2 strikes.
And he grounds one to the right side. Aranda takes it himself. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. 0 for 1 so far. That drops in for a strike. Fastball for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Close one, doesn't get the call. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. Down in order go the Braves. They trail in this one 3-0. Back here at Tropicana Field, bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Rays, Jonathan Aranda. In for a strike. Good slider.
Well, these Rays doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
That one the other way. Makes the catch. 1 down.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Down the line. Kelnick giving chase. Fielding for the wall, makes the catch and foul ground.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Meisner in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That to right. Kelnick makes the play, and that is that. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 3 innings complete. Rays 3, and the Braves nothing. All set for the start of the inning. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. First pitch swinging.
0-1's the count.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Let's go, Zach.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Swing and a chopper out to short. Caballero tosses to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. And now Matt Olson up to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Olson, 30 years old now, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Next pitch is downstairs. And there's a ball.
1 strike.
That's
Ball,
off
inside.
the inside edge. 3-1.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
And he grounds one back up the middle. A sliding stop at short. And they get the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
And the batter now, Austin Riley. He's 0 for 1. Slice down the right side. That's outside, and it's 1-1.
Nope, that's inside.
Right through there for a strike. And down on strikes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Braves go down quietly. They trail it here 3-0. Back now in Tampa Bay, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Jose Caballero. That's a strike, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
The shortstop takes the ball. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Kelnick makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Jake Mangum. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double, and his second hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. And now the catcher for the Rays, Ben Wertvet. A single his first time. And he can't come up with it. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. Albies over to first in time. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out.
Designated hitter, Yandy.
So the Rays batting order turns over. Here's the Rays leadoff hitter, Yandy Diaz. Outside.
Nope, outside.
And that's ball 1. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Spencer Schwellenbach getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Elder getting loose as well. Misses
That's
inside.
Ball 2.
Now 2-0. Lined, and that's a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Grant Holmes done for the night, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for
New pitcher for the Braves, Spencer Schwellenbach. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Brandon Lowe. He's already homered in this game. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Diaz leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Foul ball. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now in for the Braves, Sean Murphy. Littell back to work. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list.
You know, these Braves, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They really haven't worked many deep counts or long at-bats, and that's fine if you're having a lot of success, but at this point, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Here's the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. First time up was a pop out. And that misses. And it's 1-0.
1-0.
Runner at second, nobody out. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Morel grabs it on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And next for Atlanta, Jared Kelenic. Late on that fastball.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
1 out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 5th. And a swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Good job to fight that one off. And right back to the mound. On to first. 2 gone. Here's Orlando Arcia. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Foul ball there. That one outside. And 1-1. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Braves strand one. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Junior Caminero. Now this is in the air down the line. Kelnick on the move. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Jonathan Aranda digs in now. 1 for 2. Inside, ball one. And that's a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
That one fouled off. One, two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 out, base is empty. That one not close. 2-2. Good eye right there. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next offering is downstairs.
1 ball,
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Offense held in check there. 5 innings complete. It's the Rays 4 and the Braves nothing. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Pitch is in there. 0-1. Tampa Bay's bullpen with some action. Kevin Kelly getting ready to go. Clevenger, a left-hander, also throwing. Ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The batter number 1, second baseman.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
That's a ball.
In the dirt. Harris on at first, nobody out. On the ground, a second, might be 2. They put the tag on him. Over to first, safe. Marcelo Zuna coming up to hit.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Grounder might be two. It's in and out of his glove. To second, there's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Rays 4 and the Braves nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th. And now here is Cameron Meisner. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. 0-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So a man aboard. And now the shortstop, Jose Caballero. 0 for 2 in this one. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
The shortstop takes the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Pitch misses there, and the count's even at 2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Laser could be trouble. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Coming home. He will score.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now it's going to be Jake Mangum. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. This one smashed down the right field line. And foul ball. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
Count's full.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there, not just because of the velocity, but also the ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with 2 strikes is just get too far in there and it gets away and hits the batter. So when I see a 2-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Now a check on him at second, back safely. Rortvedt in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Just missed. And it is 2-1.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch, perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
There's the swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Man at second. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So the lineup flips over. Yandy Diaz next to hit for the Rays. He's trying for third. Pitch misses inside. Throw to third. Out. And that will end the inning. Rays get an RBI double, and the lead is now 5-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Kevin Kelly. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here is Matt Olson.
The first baseman, Matt Olson.
There's a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. And that's outside. And the count is 1-2. And they'll do it again. That's outside. And the count is 2-2. Just misses with that one. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Oh, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And a foul ball. Nobody out. Runner at first. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here's Sean Murphy. Check swing, called strike. Olsen on second. Riley on at first with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Line drive, come on.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
So digging in, Brian De La Cruz. That one's in there, 0-1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Hauls it in, and there's two away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Jared Kelnick, next up for the Braves, has grounded out a couple of times. Check swing called strike, and that's strike one. First and second, two down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Struck him out looking. 2 left for Atlanta. It's 5-0. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Bryce Elder.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Back to the top of the order now. Now up for Tampa Bay, Yandy Diaz. On the ground to first. Olsen steps on the bag, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Brandon Lau getting ready to hit. Elder in his 2nd season, 25 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2020. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Daysbel Hernandez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Owen Chu now. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Arcia whips it to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, third baseman, Junior Caminero.
Junior Caminero will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Elder fires.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
And now the first baseman, Jonathan Aranda, 1 for 3. And that one is downstairs. 1-0. Hit in the air, center field. Harris after it. Nabs it. And that is that. The Rays strand just the one as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Pepio.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. Yeah, that's fouled off. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
The center fielder,
Michael Harris II. Next up for the Braves. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
And there's a foul ball. Arcia aboard here at first with nobody out. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that's down and away.
2 strikes.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
And first offering is fouled off. Man at first, 1 away. That one well upstairs. And now it's even 1-1. Tap foul at the plate.
That's ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Let's go, Tampa.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch-out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Ozuna stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Two outs. Fought off foul. Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's a little bit low.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Off the batter's eye and gone. He crushes that one to center field. His second of the year. It's 5-2. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden, they're back in this ball game.
Matt Olson up to the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Ball one there. Bullpen movement for the Rays. Mason Engler, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Fairbanks getting cranked up as well. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're at the top of the 8th. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. That one 95 to finish him off. Long ball draws the Braves closer. It's 5-2. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for the Rays, Christopher Morel. Elder back to work. And that's in for a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
On the ground to the 5. And that drops in for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
2 strikes.
Activity in the bullpen. Daysbel Hernandez getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Lee, the lefty, warming up as well. Stays alive. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home. He'll score.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jose Caballero next to hit for the Rays. That one at the knees for a strike. The shortstop takes the ball.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
That one fouled off, 2-2.
Three and two.
That's a base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And here is Jake Mangum. And a strike.
Ball one.
Line drive, base hit. The run scores from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 7-2. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Bryce Elder won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Dylan Lee. He's been so good against lefties.
Lee.
Here's the catcher to hit, Ben Wertvet. Ball one, no strikes. And another ball. Two on, nobody out with 2 runs already in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Outside, and that's ball 3. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Next offering is in for a strike. Way out front for strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball. Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
At the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Yandy Diaz. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Not sure if he was expected for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
That one's in there, and the count is 0-2.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Got him swinging.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Now it's the second baseman, Brandon Lau. That one to first. Fired to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. 9th inning coming up. It's the Rays 7 and the Braves 2. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound, Garrett Clevenger.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
So here's Riley now.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And that's off the outside edge. And the count is 1-1. Tampa Bay's bullpen with some action. Manuel Rodriguez warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Next offering is down low.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Swinging a foul straight back. In the air, right field. Mangum sizing this one up. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. Just missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. His second home run of the series, and they cut into the deficit. It's 7-3. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
One down. Now in for the Braves, Brian De La Cruz. That one outside. Ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive, pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Helnick stands in now and watches strike 1. Outside with a breaking ball. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the 9th. They're down to their final strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Braves down to their final strike. In the air, left field, down the line. Throws to second, and that's a double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And next for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. And first offering is fouled off. That clips a corner. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Coming home, he'll score easily.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And the Rays manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Garrett Clevenger gives way. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching.
Mason Engler gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
So runner at second, 2 down. Michael Harris the second now at the plate. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. This one smoked, could be trouble. Coming home. He will score. The throw in, pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Ozzie Albies. Right through there for a strike. The tying run at the plate.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Engler is just one strike away, and that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
This one popped up. Loud under it. And that'll do it.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.